Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19. Today it is part 78 of Season 4 and the beginning of the final Coral event of the Snooker 19 Career Mode. Today we begin the Coral Tour Championship with the first round. It's a best of 9 frames encounter against the Jester from Leicester, or as Dennis Taylor calls him, Satnav Selby. And I think I probably prefer the nickname Satnav Selby in the quarterfinal of the Coral Tour Championship. Now, I am going to be playing shorter sessions for this. I think that making the move to make 9 frame matches all in one episode has been a bit too much. I think we thrive when we play mini sessions. So that's what I'm going to do for this tournament and for the China Open if it's applicable, in terms of if we get to a stage where it's a best of 9. If it's best of 7s, I'm happy to play those in one episode. But obviously for the Worlds, we'll need to play the long sessions. It's just the nature of the World Championship. I don't mind doing it once a year, because if we were to play those in mini sessions, we could be here for a long time. But we've only played in the Coral Tour Championship once. That was in Season 1, where we played Mark Williams in a best of 5 in the first round. We lost against him, I think 3 frames to 1, or might have even been 3 frames to 0. So, it's a big tournament, it's lucrative prize money. You can see if we win this match, we get £40,000. Now, bearing in mind we didn't play in this tournament 2 years ago, if we get a good chunk of money here, we could really be in the money coming up to the last 2 events of the year. Obviously, the China Open and the Betfred World Championship are the most lucrative tournaments of the year. So, we've had a bit of a, I wouldn't say poor ending to the season so far, but it's not been as good as it has been. We've been on a really good run of semi-finals, wins, and we haven't got past the quarter-final since we won the German Masters a couple of months ago now. So we'll be looking to, by virtue of winning this match, get through a quarter-final, but it'd also be good to go far in this tournament. We did well in the Gibraltar Open. We got to a decider against Judd Trump. We played well, just a bit unfortunate really that we went for a long pot that, if it had worked out, we'd have won the frame, and unfortunately it didn't work out. It was one of those, it was all or nothing, and we took it on, and obviously because we're here now, it didn't work out for us. But nevertheless, a new day, and hopefully we've got a chance. We're going to play in the Coral Tour Championship today. I'm going to skip the Championship League, I'm not too fussed about that, and then play the China Open. And then, of course, the big one that I think we would love to end the career mode with. That would be the real high to end off with. So, Mark Selby then. In terms of the matchup history, we've played against him quite a lot this year. Funnily enough, we only played against him once last year, which is so ridiculous. It's unbelievable, really. We've played against him 5 times this year. Once in a final. Of course, we beat him by 10 frames to 6 to win the China Championship. All of the 5 matches we've played against him in this year, we've won. And as you can see, the tournaments we've played him in, China Championship, Northern Ireland Open and German Masters, goes without saying for the China Championship, but the other 2, we won. So when we play Mark Selby and obviously beat him, it is quite a good own. We've got a good record against Mark Selby this year, so let's see how we go. It's fair to say our game isn't as good as it has been, but new tournament, new day, so we've got a very good chance. And I think going back to these smaller sessions, and what I mean by that, for anybody who might be new to the series, is that we play the first 4 frames in today's episode, and then we play to the end in Monday's episode. I just think that I'm guilty of this just by nature, really, of being a content creator, that if we're playing the best of 9 all in one episode, I'm constantly looking at the time, and I might play more aggressive shots to try and get the video under a certain length, and that can lead to our downfall, and I don't think anybody wants to see that. So it's the last few tournaments, it's time to get serious. It'd be great if we could have an outstanding end to our Snooker 19 adventure. I know a lot of people are disappointed the series is going, as I will be. There'll be a little bit of sadness, but I think sometimes you just have to move on. This has been a long series, bear in mind. We've been at this nearly 2 years now. It'll be 2 years. In fact, it has been 2 years, because the game came out 2 years ago in April. Of course, now we're in May. That seems absolutely incredible. But let's get into the match. You can see that Selby's played quite an aggressive break-off there. He's certainly not left the black on, so we're just going to have to play this.
He's playing for the right corner here.
To make sure we hold for the blue, which we've done pretty well. We've underhit it slightly, but that won't hurt things. But I hope you're all good. Nearly at the end of the World Championship now in real life.
So I'd assume he'd take this on.
And it looks like Bingham's on to do pretty well. I'm quite happy about that, because I've got £5 on Bingham. It is a free bet, but after he won the quarter-final against McGill at the price of 8 to 1, I thought, well, why not?
Tricky pot.
And he's playing very well so far against Mark Selby. Took a 2-frame lead into today's play, which we'll see, I think, well, before this video comes out anyway, but this afternoon at some point.
7.
And old Murphy seems to have lost it a little bit, unfortunately.
He's an expert long potter, and he's taking this on. No surprises there. Long pot.
Going to be a bit awkward to get into this actually because black's out of play.
12.
And we've misjudged this a little, I admit, because if we play with top, we're going to make a collision with the red. So we might as well play this at a fair pace, try and open up some reds in the process, and hopefully get on a colour. And that hasn't worked out too badly, in truth. I think the pink should go, in terms of, yeah, that's fairly uniform pot. Don't see any problems with that. Position's just going to be the awkward one here, so we might have to play with some side spin to avoid canning the red on the way back. Don't want to play this with too much pace. Yep, the pink's there and the position's there. So good shot all round there. We got ourselves out of a little bit of a pickle. And the thing we want to do really is get the black back on its spot. But we can't do that for a little while yet. We've just got to go through the motions, pick off the reds until we get into a position where we can get the red that is impeding the black. But for the moment, there are easier shots to take on. So it'd be silly, particularly with only a few points in this frame so far, to take on a shot that's as risky as that. But we like our long blues.
Right up his street.
And they're certainly helping us keep at the table at the moment.
25.
But after a fairly poor last 16 match in the Gibraltar Open against Kyron Wilson, although we came through it, we certainly didn't play our best snooker. But in that quarter-final against Judd Trump, we started to play some good snooker, so there's a bit of hope for us, I think, here.
31.
Pink doesn't quite go. That's a shame. That would have made things a little bit easier. Try and get bulk side of the blue here. So we've got a little bit of leverage for position. Could have done with maybe a little bit more than that. Maybe a little bit hesitant there.
32.
But it shouldn't be an issue. Just try and gently come off the cushion. Not too much pace. This looks good. Just needs to come off the cushion enough. Yeah, that'll do.
37.
Admittedly, it's not perfect. Wasn't a great shot all round, in my opinion, there. But just need to pot the red. This isn't a gimme. But it's there. Come off the cushion. That's it. That's good enough. And that shot should open up the pink. Or does it? Doesn't. So, plan B. Probably a bulk colour. And we are struggling here because the black's not on to get into a rhythm. So it's a bit of a hit and hope shot here.
Playing this with a lot of power.
Excellent pot.
That's a wonderful
Got a decent pace, and it will open up that red that's by the pink to the middle pocket.
41.
But we need to make something happen fairly quickly here to make sure we win. I mean, we don't have to win this in one visit. It's a good break to make, I suppose. We just don't want to give up an easy chance. We don't want to go one step too far, take on something that we don't get, and we give Mark Selby an easy chance.
Wonderful pot. Outstanding
We've
effort.
come a bit too straight on that. So, let's see if we can utilise side spin at all, which we're going to struggle to do. So we're going to look at leaving ourselves a half chance, but it's not easy. I think a bit of weighing up to do here, because we have been at this stage in so many frames and mucked it up. It's this one here I'm talking about. Risk versus reward, I think it opens up a good chance.
He's looking to pop
Let's take it on.
to the right corner.
Nope.
Loose play like that.
Well.
Is what you'd expect from a player of his quality.
That's an unfortunate shot, and we've done exactly what we said earlier. We've let Selby in here.
1.
It was getting tricky with the black not being in play. And admittedly, the problem was we'd left ourselves far too straight on the blue. We hadn't really got too much leverage to get an angle. And it was quite a way off in the end, to be blunt.
7.
And just by touching the red there. Oh, he hasn't put the black on. I thought he's left the black, but maybe not. He has done from this angle, though. He's certainly not going for the pink, because we know that that doesn't go. So he must be playing the black. Well, love if he plays the red first. Pay attention. But he's got himself into a bit of a similar predicament as us here. He's gone far too straight on the blue, which means he's going to have to play the black.
17.
And I think that might be...
Well, it goes.
Oh, well. That was a brave one to take on. That is very un-Selby-like there. That's a shock.
Mark Selby.
You wouldn't expect Selby to take on a shot like that.
He's going for the left corner pocket.
Interesting. Selby usually so clinical from those chances, or if not, again, plays the safety.
Oh, wonderful shot.
So I think we've got away with one there. But that was very aggressive from Selby. Again, I'm very surprised he took that on.
He's looking to pop this into the right.
But this is a great chance now for us to take this opening frame.
Tremendous shot.
Brimming with confidence and on
A
a
few
bit of a roll
bumps
with it.
along the way, but you can't be perfect all the time. So red and black will do it. Although we've not left ourselves pretty on this black, so I think it's going to have to be the blue.
8.
The long pot's on, and he's going for it.
So blue's there. Wasn't too bothered about position on the reds, given that we have got quite a good
About that.
lead now. How far? I think he needs at least 2 snookers, doesn't he? If you look, yeah, 60. In fact, what am I on about? What am I talking about? I've got my figures completely out. Well, can you Adam and Eve that?
Pace is very important here, and he doesn't.
We need another red
This.
to win the frame. And we've missed the reds. And that's given away 7 points.
7 points given away.
And can you see the reds, the middle?
Neil Robertson.
He
30.
can. He's not going to miss it this time.
7.
That is unbelievable. Just a complete lapse in concentration from us there. I thought, well, you know, frame's won. For some reason, I thought we'd got another 10 points in the bag.
Very nicely
That
done.
is incredibly frustrating.
3.
Still a way back, though, for Selby, mind you. By potting that yellow, he's really lessened his chances. So he needs a good colour now. And if he's going for a bulk colour, he will need snookers, you would say. Yeah, he needs 5 points. Needs the blue, at least to tie. So he's going to have to go for the pink here, unless he's planning to get a snooker. No, he's playing the brown. So he needs a snooker here, does Selby. And surprised he's done that without a red being on the table. So obviously only needs the 1. Where's the yellow ball going? Oh, that was tight.
Mark Selby. 8.
He's taking on the yellow.
We'll take on the yellow here. It's looking good. But where's the cue ball going? Obviously, we weren't fussed about position, really. No, that's absolutely fine. So I think we've had our lucky stars for today.
Into the right corner.
But that being said, you can only beat who you're up against, and Selby hasn't taken his chances in this opening frame. But I think that has to be a lesson to us, that we've got to keep our eye on the ball.
This is not easy.
No, that's wide of the mark. But it won't matter. We have won the first frame unless he wants to come back to the table. We've 3 snookers to get. But we've won the opening frame. Quite happy with that.
Well played to take that frame.
Gives ourselves a good platform
He's nudged in front.
for the rest of the session. As I always say with these mini sessions,
Robertson to break.
the worst outcome for me that is tolerable is 3-1. And we've got that 1 frame on the board. I think 4-0, and you know it's a long way back from there. But we know we've won the 1 frame. Obviously, that's not a get out of jail free to say, right, well, we've won our frame, we can play like an idiot now. No, that's exactly not what I'm saying. But at the same time, we know that we've got 1 on the board, and that
Quality opening.
speaks volumes.
1.
Good long pot on the red there. The problem is, this is a tricky black. Try and talk ourselves out these things sometimes, but I think we're okay.
That split is not bad at all.
It's a good split.
Great opportunity.
It's a good split. We didn't commit fully to that black. I mean, to be honest, could have hit it at that pace or 100%. It wouldn't have really mattered. We'd have still opened up the reds. And this now, when compared to the last frame, which we had to just navigate around individual reds, there wasn't that much on. This is so open, and this is exactly the chance I'm talking about. Don't muck this up, because this is, although Selby played poorly in the last frame, it's one of those that anybody worth their salt would clear up, which means that we have to be up with that trend and clear up here ourselves.
Yeah, played it well.
I think it's made a lot easier by the black being in play, to be honest. If we can just keep our cool,
Nicely onto the colour.
get our rhythm going, and go 2 up, it's a great chance. It's a great starting point anyway. Put Selby under a bit of pressure,
Nicely
going into
played
that
onto
third
the
frame.
22.
Just trying to come off the cushion enough to get for the black. Yeah, it's okay.
Position looks good for a colour.
23.
Yep, that's okay. Use the cannon on the red there just to slow the cue ball up.
Nice position on the black.
31.
It's just all about close control of the cue ball. It sounds ridiculous because there's that many reds that could go. But if you get just out of position, a red that looks easy isn't easy, and, well, the consequences of missing a red in this sort of break can be huge. Oh, that's just okay for the black. Anything else would be a bit awkward. Yeah, those reds aren't touching, that's okay then. It's always worth a check, because you can look like a right fool if you come down to play the shot next up and it's wrong. I'll play for the pink here.
$47.
It's amazing if you get a chance like this and you take it, how quickly the scoreboard can run up. And how quickly you can get the frame mopped up.
53.
But it wasn't too dissimilar a point to this in the last frame where we got to and mucked it up.
Needs to be played at the right pace.
So we just got to keep our concentration. I don't think we've got any problem with break building as such. I think it's just concentration, which has been our main enemy. And to be honest, I haven't really focused on the scoreboard at all, so we'll have a quick reflection on that now. There's 7 reds left? I can't count today. So there's 83. Yeah, so we're nearly there. A couple of reds. This isn't a great angle, to be honest. I don't know if you noticed, but... So what we can do, the red's there, that's all that matters. And there we go, a nice cannon off the red. Alright, to put it on a cushion. But we won't need it as such to win the frame. And that's our main aim before we think about centuries or anything like that.
69.
So 6 reds left at the table. Just this one needed to win 2 out of 2.
This red required.
And it's been a good start for us here. Okay, this frame's been
Shuts out his opponent in this frame.
far less stressful than the previous.
70.
We took a chance. A long red, and haven't stopped from there. We've just kept going and got a good split with the black. Could have all gone horribly if we hadn't have potted the black in the first place. That was a big shot, but that doesn't underplay how good we've been to make sure that we keep in the positions to pot the reds on the way along.
He's aiming for the left corner here. And in it goes.
83.
And Selby has had very little table time at all. So a lot of pressure on him in the third frame to make things happen.
84.
It's not a disaster 3-0 down, but I'm sure Selby, you know, anyone like us would have the logic that, well, if you get a frame on the board, at least in this session, it's not terrible. You've got something to work with, but I think if you're 4-0 down after this session, then you have a real problem. Bit of a tough position for this red. We couldn't quite seem to get
91.
in the middle. We'd either screwed too much for it or too little. It was a fine balance there. I think we're going to struggle to get the century because we do need one of the reds on the cush.
Brilliant shot.
We've actually overhit that for the black.
92.
I don't see any way of getting onto these two reds. No, they don't plant, do they? No, it's one slightly different position to the other. And I'm not that technical to play doubles or any fancy shot. Well, that one just stays out. Not too bothered about that. It's a break of 92.
Frame conceded. Frame.
And that, of course, was done all in one visit from the first pot. And this is a very good platform. This is a great start. And Mark Selby's had very little say so far.
Sure, he keeps the pressure on his opponent.
Thank you. The third frame. Mark Selby to break.
Once again, from the break off, he's left a chance. It's not easy, this, because we need to hold for the black, which is why I'm... Funny old shots, these.
Well, he's taking
Hit
the
it
red
at this
on.
pace and we're okay. Oh, we've overhit that a little bit. This might make the black tricky.
Really nice opening.
Yeah, it's okay. I just don't want to give Selby a chance. That's the main issue. You know, we've got a good advantage. It'd be silly to blow that just to give Selby a solid chance by missing the black and opening up the reds. And the angle there, I just didn't fancy it. And I think when you get that sort of opinion to make, you know, you start moving the shot around a bit. And if you miss, obviously, it's catastrophic. So I think we'll just play a good safety there.
It's critical here.
And this might well be the first safety battle we see. Or not. He might have left a long red here along the cush. Not easy, this. But we don't pass on many things.
This is a challenging shot along the
You'd
cushion.
hope at this pace it should go in. And it's there.
What a pop that is.
But obviously being so close to the cush, it's awkward now. So I think we're going to have to just
Very pleased with that
bite
shot.
the bullet again and open up the reds. See what sort of split we get this time.
That's a really good split.
Not so much leverage because of where we were. So close to the cushion.
8.
But there should be some sort of pot on. It's just weighing up our options. So we've got this one to the top bulk corner. We've got that down here. Got that there. So we've got a few options. I feel most comfortable taking this onto the bulk corner pocket, personally. Going to be unfortunate to miss this.
A half chance.
Good shot.
Outstanding pop.
And it's always that first pot after the split that is the trickiest, because you've got absolutely no control on where the cue ball's going when you play that sort of shot. The one on the black, of course, I'm referring to. So it's just good to check opportunities. Don't make it harder than you need to for yourself. There's a red that will go, pot it.
14.
Well, black will go from this side. That helps us out a little bit. At least we backspin. You can control your position a little bit more. Albeit you're still going to hit the shot at the right pace to make sure the cue ball ends up where you want it to.
15.
No, I'm going to play the pink here. I just say that I'm just a little bit wary. We're in a good position here, which is great. But I'm also a little bit concerned that one bad shot and Selby straight back in. And the pink gives us a better chance to pop that red next to the black. And then it just opens up the black more for us. There's a little bit more leverage you've got on that ball then. It's just all about what you're comfortable with. We're not playing very well recently. And if this is to be a resurgence, we want to keep it going. We want to keep the flow up, and that means not letting Selby in here and just playing dynamite snooker, if you like. This has been overhit slightly. The cue ball should just be okay. Oh, that's fine. I did worry for a second. I thought, oh, that could get caught in the jaws of the pocket. But no concerns there.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
This has been good stuff from us so far today. Okay, the first frame there was a few jitters, but ever since then, we played pretty well. There's nothing you can do from the chair. We've seen that oh so often recently.
37.
Oh, we are touching that one. That's interesting. Oh, we haven't got much leverage here, have we? I know I keep saying leverage. It's the new word, obviously. It used to be angle, the small word, but leverage is the word of the day. So, praying for a bit of luck here, and we're going to get it. We're about 38. Bang on where we would like to be on the blue. Because we're touching ball, bridging off the top of that. It was going to be so tough. So we have to get a bit creative. Well, I say creative. Hold both hands together and pray.
Quality cueing there. Really good.
43.
And just a few shots to recover from that.
Beautiful.
He really looks in fine form at the
Does
moment.
that pink go? No, it doesn't.
44.
I'll say it's always worth looking at. I know we had a shot in the Gibraltar Open that somebody in the comments was referring to that I didn't see. That might have just won us the match. So it's worth looking at these things. Now this is tight. This cue ball needs to... doesn't run too long. That's absolutely fine.
49.
That's absolutely fine. Now this is the first chance we've got. You know, it's took a few shots. 5 or 6 shots to get back where we wanted to. Back on the black. So we've got to make it count now.
50.
Although, unfortunately, we're... actually, that's not too bad. I thought we were dead straight on it then, but no, I'll take that. Off the cushion. Go on, we need a bit of pace here. That's... yeah, that'll do, actually.
57.
That will do. Let's see what the cannon off these two brings. Can't play him full ball because of the angle. But there you go, that'll do. Don't mind that. Bit of a trickier blue here. But that should open up the table to win the frame. We like our long pots, we know that, so play the blue. Use the green to stop the cue ball.
63.
We've got plenty of options here. And this red will need a lightning start. And it's 3 out of 3. What a start this has been.
That's a top shot.
And that shuts
You can't take it for granted, but we're not missing too much here. Last 2 frames, we're pretty bulletproof, and I know we've had a few problems, but we've recovered from those. You can't play perfect position all the time. You're going to get things wrong, misjudge them. It's how you recover from that. We've stayed at the table on both occasions. And Selby has hardly had a pot. I think he'll be really ruining what happened in the first frame. Because if he'd have won the first frame, we'd have had 2 breaks like this. Then it's not really any harm done being 2-1 down.
This looks pretty simple.
Oh, we've undercooked that.
78.
A tough pink here. Tough shot this. If it doesn't go, I'm not too bothered, but it's great to make that century. We were close in the last frame. Oh, it's there. Just about drops off the cushion. Lovely.
84.
That will do. We're in the groove here. Now pink. Oh, we might have run a bit too far for that straight shot on the pink.
85.
Let's have a look. Oh, that's okay, actually. Is it? Oh. See if we can get round the red. Oh, we've got round the red, but we've played that far too hard. Oh, this is going to be tricky to keep us at the table here. This is thin if you ever expected it. Jesus.
Yes, he's taking the pot on.
I don't fancy this at all. No, we've missed it, but again, it won't matter. Bit of a shame, we can't quite seem to make that century.
Robertson,
But
19.
centuries are cool and everything, but that score at the bottom is the biggest thing, and at the moment, we are 3-0 up against Mark Selby.
Thank you, the fourth frame.
It's been an outstanding start. So let's see if we can make it a clean sweep for the session. Again, as I said, 3-1 is the worst case. Obviously, 4-0 is the best case in terms of us being 4-0 up. But us being 3-1 up, I'd take that as well. Take it with open arms. But I don't think Selby's going to let another one go very easily. Another frame, that is. Not anything else. And there's no need for us to play any risky shots. We've got a good lead. And I don't want to give that up easy anyway. I alluded to it earlier, but if we can get this frame, makes things a lot easier. It could be match over then.
He'll have to be very careful with the pace here.
Bit pacey this. Bit pacey. We could have done with hitting the yellow. It's not going to hurt us, but we could have done with it being hit a little bit thinner rather than full ball. Now the blue's out the equation, it's going to lessen the chance of anybody fancying a pot. Just to play a pot and then hold for the black would be pretty good. So we're knocking balls off their spots left, right and centre. Ooh, he's covered this. What a shot that is. We need to try and cover it ourselves.
He'll want to get this cue ball close to the cushion.
Oh, we haven't covered it at all. Misjudged that completely, and we've left 2 on now. 1 to either pocket. Yeah, I misjudged that. I thought that would have gone much more towards the cushion there. Because he played a blinder already at Selby, to be honest, to leave that red and then leave the blue as cover. That was a blinding shot. And he gets his first pot for a while. Obviously didn't register a single pot in the previous 2 frames. And this is Selby's chance to try and get back into the match.
8. 9.
But that might just be end of break. Played the brown.
13.
He's going to take this on here. This is very un-Selby-like. But what a pot it is. Unfortunately, in the process, he cannons a red, so leaves that back into the pack. But a few big shots here. He's played the red. He's too straight on this black. This is going to be end of break, you would have thought. Yeah, absolutely is. Unless... No, I did the end one on the end of the pack. Certainly wouldn't go. So that's end of break for Selbs.
Mark Selby, 29.
Let's just try and get this as close to the corner pocket as possible, just to make things tricky for him. This means you have to play them thicker the further away you are in terms of an angle. You can see here he's having to play this with some pace. And he opens them up. Is he going to get a bit of fortune? Where's that red ball going? Oh, it just about misses.
Excellent safety shot.
It's a good safety. Is this a plant? I mean, surely any nudge and that red goes in. I'm just frightened it hits the jaw and bounces out. I would say it's probably worth a swerve shot, this. hit this in any manner and it goes in.
Wow.
It's there.
You'll be thrilled with that.
Didn't need perfect pace, that didn't. As long as we hit that ball first before anything else, it would have gone in. No, it was a bit of a shot to... Well, it certainly wasn't a shot to nothing, but it was... a shot with not much reward as such, really. But luckily, we've got a very nice position on the pink. So we'll take the 6 points there, thank you very much.
7.
Now the pink goes on to the black spot. You just got to keep our focus here. Big frame this, if we can win this, we're one step closer, a big step closer to the next round. Can't emphasise that enough. How big this frame would be. So we'll just try and keep chipping off the reds. See where we end up. A little bit like the first frame this. It's not easy. We are going to take on a brave shot next.
21.
Play with an air of safety to it. Not much because that red's up bulk. Good pot. Good pot. This needs to clear the red, which it has done. We can play bulk colour and get the red up bulk
22.
gone. So it's a win-win. Now we've come a long way down the table, but we want to leave ourselves fairly straight on this red. Or maybe even opening up a chance here. This we were going for the one up bulk, but funnily enough, I'm just thinking, well, we might as well go for this one down here, get it out the way. I don't often divert from the plan, I have to say, because it can lead to mistakes, but I think this might be a perfect chance that I hadn't maybe realised before. Do we want to hurt those reds? I don't think we do. I think they're in quite a nice formation there. So we'll go up for that red again now. Making sure we don't hit the pack on the way up, because they're nicely arranged, they are. He says, don't hit the bloody pack. But to be fair, you know, that wasn't a bad split at all. That wasn't a bad split, so I'll take that every day of the week. Why do I feel like this red up bulk is going to come back to bite us? We can't seem to get on it. Doesn't want to be our friend. And look again, we're... Oh, man, this is...
extremely well here.
We're queuing well, but, you know, we can make a mistake fairly easily. So we've just got to keep our wits about us here, because we could do all the laughing and joking routine and give up a frame that could lead to, you know, Selby getting back in this match. It's a good brown. It's a good brown. This cue ball needs to stay. It's ran a little bit too much, but I don't think it should be an issue. Quality of our play, I don't see a problem.
Well, he's taking it on to the left corner.
Yep, it's there. Now, this could be an issue. We've come a little bit too far.
38.
Yeah, it should be okay, though, actually. We've got a little bit of... I'm going to say it again. You're going to be annoyed. Ready? The L word. Got a bit more leverage on the brown ball. I don't know why. You go through phases of buzzwords. It's a good pot on the brown. They come back down the table. This needs to be fairly straight for the one into the middle. For us to get any purchase here. See? Oh, it's not ideal. Not ideal, I'll be blunt there.
Playing for the middle pocket.
Pot's no problem. Position just made that a little bit trickier.
Really impressive queuing.
Should be easy enough, this, but funny how pressure can get to you. That's a good shot, but where's the black?
49.
Well, come on, red. Oh, the red goes to the middle. That's a bit of fortune there. We were praying for a little bit. Now let's think about this logically. Let's nudge this one out of the way. Hopefully we'll be in line for the red, for the
Half a
pink.
chance, but a chance nonetheless.
Yes.
That's an excellent.
Perfect.
Great technique, superb cueing.
50.
Okay, let's just keep our wits about us here, and we can do this again in one visit. We thought Selby was in with a chance. And as of yet, it hasn't happened, so... Red will give us 28 points. Let's just think about this, actually. My main concern is how we get in the gap for the red. If we are to pop the pink. So we haven't done. We've gone for the black.
57.
Now if we do pop this, Selby can only tie. Just need a good contact off the cushion.
Delicate touch required here.
That will do. It's coming a little bit too far, but it's okay.
64.
Yeah, that's fine. Not quite going to be able to make a century, but I'm not bothered about that. This red, and barring snookers, we are 4 frames up.
And that effectively shuts out his opponent in this frame.
Wow. What a start this has been, and it's not really turning into a start anymore. This is serious.
With a lot of power.
And I'm going to change the
No issues there.
matchup a little bit here. I am going to play the 5th frame in today's episode. Not in a, well, yes, in a view that we could finish it off. I don't want to come back on Monday and just play 1 frame. That'd be pointless. But I think
Just the
that
colours remaining on the table now.
it's a wise idea.
73.
You could say, well, you know, it's a bit unfair because you'd play, you know, if you weren't playing well, you'd
More than
get an interval. Oh well, we've missed the green. Doesn't matter.
Neil Robertson.
It just seems silly if we are to win this next frame that we come back for a single frame on Monday. So
The frame.
we'll see how we get on here. If we lose it, if it goes 4-1, we'll bring an episode out on Monday because it might be the start of a Selby comeback. We're not going to try and be too aggressive here. You know, that's not the plan. We're not going to just try and whack our way to win this match. But this is a good opening chance. Selby's left off the break-off. For usually a good safety player in Selby, he's not left too much safe today.
That's an excellent opening red.
1.
Just going to play this with a bit of caution.
8.
Yeah. Didn't want to just whack open the reds. Because we could have been accused of, you know, making a big mistake. If we'd have gone into and missed the black.
9.
Not the perfect angle, but it's an angle. Not liking it particularly.
Lots of
Let's see
power
how we
in
go.
this shot. That's a great split. He'll be unlucky if he's got anything
It's
here.
not a bad split, actually.
16.
Tricky red here, mind you. Not easy. Yeah, it's a good pot. Didn't play that with much thought of position, to be honest.
17.
Just don't want to leave a clear red for Selby. I'll play this a little bit of top, making sure we clear the bulk line. Tap the brown on the way through, that's not going to matter too much.
19.
I'd have played safe there else, but I just didn't want to know that we could have left a straight red for Selby.
For the left corner here.
And if this
Beautifully done.
pulls right, no, it's not quite there. It could leave a very good split opportunity, but no, it's not going to. So we'll just play the black. Concede that it's end of break there, and play Finn off the pack and go back up to bulk.
27.
Didn't quite happen, the position on the black, unfortunately, there. Play with a similar tactic that we did in the previous frame, because it definitely worked. Going close to this corner pocket Because he had to play them thick. Although this time he has got a thin shot he can take. There is that to it. But it worked in the last frame. He played it thick and opened the reds up. He's going to do it again here. Is he going to get any more fortune this time? Oh, and the answer might be yes. It might be no. Does this red pass? I think it does. I think it does. Now, if we were to play pot and position here, this would be pretty special.
He's taking it on.
Oh, I think this goes. I'm just going to have a final check. I think we're probably best looking behind the pocket. I think this passes. But I could be proven wrong. I don't want to be proven wrong after we've hit this. It's tight. There's definitely a gap. There's definitely a gap. We're going to play this a little bit more with consideration to that other side of the pocket. Yes, it does. It passes. And what an excellent positional shot that is.
1.
Is this our chance to win this match 5-0? Not with that shot, it's not.
8.
Could have done with having another red open there. But we have got, if you remember, we're not coming from 0 here. We have got a lead. Oh, that's gone too far. It's gone too far. We're just snatching at things a little bit now. So let's not get complacent. Let's not try one shot too many. Let's just play a safety. And that should be absolutely fine. He has got an angle on that red, of course, to play it. But even so, not going to matter. He's going to leave that one at bulk. But I'm not bothered about it because it's not, you know, as long as we get back up here, it's not potable. Yeah, it's okay. And he might be snookered on the pack. Oh no, he can see it. And apologies about my phone going off there. Thought it might have been work for a minute. I thought, oh god, they've not called me in, have they? But, right. Oh, this is another one. Position is tricky here. And so is the pot.
Taking the red on.
But, as we said earlier, we don't turn down much. It's a good pot. What's our position like? It's not great. We've really struggled with that in this final frame. Ooh. Just play safe here. Get this black up to ball. That's it. Perfect.
Neil Robertson.
It's right on the cushion. And he's just playing this one on the bulk cushion. It's a clever shot there from Selby. I'd be inclined to play something similar.
To get the white tight on the cushion.
Just don't leave it onto the middle. That's okay. Has the blue covered this one that could go? Yes, it has. Oh, he's played that a little bit too hard, but he's okay. Oh, this is tense. Now, we got this angle wrong.
So he's looking to play safe again.
With one shot we played earlier. This is more like it. Come on, cue ball. Come on, cue ball. Come on, cue ball. It's not quite covered the pot, but it's a tricky one from there. Given the position he's in, 4-0 down. No, he's not taking it on. I don't blame him. Oh, this is a good battle, this. Keep the ball above the bulk line. And well, I could be proven wrong here. But I don't think he'll take anything on. Yes, he's getting tense. Someone's going to leave something surely soon. And they have done. Yes, this red does go. Pot this. Could be a match winner.
This is tough.
It's tough though,
Good
but it's
split.
there. What a shot that is.
Open the table up here.
And we won the safety battle. We won a safety battle against Mark Selby. Christ almighty, we've had an epiphany. We've had an epiphany, folks. It's a different day, different tournament. It's funny how that can change things. It really can.
He's lining this one up to the middle pocket.
Still got to do the job, mind you, here. Not over till it's over. Or until the fat lady sings.
For the red.
7.
That'll probably be a phrase that's PC'd out soon, I'm sure. You can't say that.
8.
It's been good stuff from us so far. Just got to finish off the job here.
Very well played.
14.
Gently does it.
Gently does it. Can we finally get good position on a colour? And that will take that.
50.
There's 5 reds left. We lead by 52 points. So black and the next red. And it's a 5-0 domination.
22.
What a game this has been. Just this red needed.
Needed.
And it's there. What a match that has been for us.
That should have
I know it's all barring snookers, etc, etc. So we just need a few more shots to confirm it. But this has been the best way we've played in a long, long time.
30.
Given our opponent as well, the strength of our opponent.
Gently.
Okay, he's left a few long reds off the break-off. Sure, he's not played perfectly. But every chance we've had, we've taken. We started off a little bit shaky in that first frame. Could have all gone so differently had he won that opening frame, but he didn't.
38.
And we have won 5 out of 5. And we finally break that stupid duck of only getting to quarterfinals of events. I know it's a bit of a cop-out here, given we only need to win 1 match to get past the quarterfinal. But nevertheless, it's been a great performance. And hopefully we can take this on to the next round, which I believe is going to be best of 11. So you can be sure that we're not going to play that over 1 episode. But you'll see that, of course, on Monday. We'll see we're playing in just a second.
46.
And for a kick-off, an extra 40 grand added to our rankings.
nicely onto the colour.
That won't hurt.
47.
Alright, it's tricky red down the cushion, but you know what, we'll take it on. Oh, what a pot that is. We're not missing anything at the moment. God, how things can change. It's amazing, isn't it?
53.
We've not cleared the table here, and I wouldn't be surprised if it remains that streak.
Yeah, he's looking to drop this into the middle pocket.
Good pink. Well, it's a decent chance now, but
In it
the
goes.
colours, the bulk colours at least, all off their spots, so that adds a extra challenge.
Just the colours to go.
Need a bit of backspin on this, which we've got, and lined it up nicely for the green. If we can get nice and straight on this, then the backspin for the brown ball is okay. Yep, it is.
Decent position.
Let's just try and keep this up. That's what I say, going into the next few matches. Great momentum. Has to be said. 5 in a row against Mark Selby. It's nothing to be sniffed at, that isn't.
68.
You know, I'm trying to think now. The last time we beat a
This looks relatively easy.
quote top 8 player. Alright, we beat Kyron Wilson, but we've got a good record against Kyron.
Nicely onto the pink.
You know, we've gone out to Judd, we've gone out to Ronnie. But we've absolutely dominated Mark Selby today. Be interesting what the stats are in terms of point scoring. And with that black, it's a break of 86, it's a clearance, and we're through to the next round in 1 episode with a victory of 5 frames to 0. What a victory that was. If only Robbo could have done anything like that in the World Championships, eh?
Take it into the semi-final.
What a performance that was. Yeah, 61 points from Mark Selby. And that was it. That was all she wrote. And we are through to the next round with a victory of 5-0. So who are we going to play in the next round? It's John Higgins in a best of 11. So we'll play that over the next 2 episodes. So you'll see part 1 of that on Monday. We'll play the first 4 frames and then we'll play to a finish on Wednesday. But this is a great chance to build some good momentum before the 2 big lucrative events, which are of course the China Open and the World Championship. If you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment as well if you enjoyed and subscribe for regular Snooker 19 content. Back now, I think, to its normal schedule after the World Championships finish of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, rather than the Saturday video, and we'll keep that going until the end. But what a great match that was. Probably one of the highlights of the career mode as a whole. Brilliant stuff. Let's see if we can keep it going. Thank you all for watching. I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye for now.